Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Mispillion River. This is their Beach Bum Joe, and it is a Belgian style pale ale, according to what it says here on the can. 5.5% alcohol by volume is what it's written on the can. It says here Beach Bum Joe was conceptualized after many beers by two friends on a beach one glorious Sunday fun day. This combination of an American pale and a Belgian style golden ale is light bodied, crisp, and refreshing. Beach Bum Joe hits a slight tropical fruit profile derived from late additions of hops and is finished with our house Belgian style yeast strain. And these guys are out of Milford, Delaware. And this was sent to me by Dane. Real nice artwork on the can here. Very nice, very colorful. I cannot get these guys' beers down here, so Dane was gracious enough to send me a couple of their beers. And basically, it's a silver can. It's got this heat shrunk wrapper on it, and it does have a date on it. It says, "Don't worry, 06-10-15." So this was done in June. In July, August, September, went to 3 months on a 5.5%er. So as far, in my opinion, it's just my 2 cents, my opinion, that's at the end of its shelf life, guys. About 3 months. That's where I would put it. I would much rather have had this in June or July than waiting till September, but it's probably the freshest can that Dan could get his hands on. So we're going to give it a review and see where it ends up on this one, guys. IBUs here on Rate Beer says it's 28. I didn't see it anywhere on the can. Don't know how big the brewery is. Like I said, I've not seen them here in Virginia, and they're out of Delaware. So probably a good beer to start off the day with, or first beer of the evening, however you want to look at it. Very light, 5.5% cross between a Belgian golden ale and a American pale ale. I don't know what hops they've used on this. The commercial description is exactly the same thing I just read off the side of the can here, guys. Over to the food pairings for this beer. Cuisine, it says Thai. Cheeses are your tangy cheeses, brick, Adam, feta, and the meat for this is fish, it says. Glassware snifter tulip oversized wine glass. I've got the Sovereign beer glass today for this one. That's my favorite glass, guys. I use it quite a bit now. Not recommended for extended cellaring, so another reason to try to get your hands on the freshest can or bottle that you can, especially in the lower ABV beers, pale ales, lagers, IPAs, because they turned into a malt bomb over time, guys. So that's all we need to talk about. So let's pop the top on this thing and get it into the glass. Good looking beer. About a finger of head on that pour, maybe a little less. It's got a slight chill haze. I can see the bulb through it, but it's kind of cloudy. Nice orange tangerine color. Very typical of the style. Let's get a nose on it and see what we got. Definitely getting the Belgian yeast strain that they've used on this. Very citrusy smelling. Maybe some lighter fruit notes in there. Maybe some apricots, pears. Very very typical of the Belgian pale style. Nice crackery malt set in there. Kind of got a sweet back end, especially with the 28 IBUs. That not very bitter. Should be very easy drinking, very sessionable. Let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dane. Thank you, sir. Definitely getting the Belgian yeast. Very light, very sessionable. A little bit of citrusy, easy for me to say, citrusiness in there. A little bit of lighter fruit, same as I was getting on the nose. Basically, it tastes just like the nose smells. Very light, very sessionable. What I usually call these beers, lawnmower beers. Something very low ABV at 5.5%. That you could come in after cutting the grass or working outside and knock down one or two of these and go back to what you're doing. Very light. Maybe some of the guys that are still drinking the macros could want to get into something with just a tad more taste, but nothing like an IPA. It's going to have that massive bitterness to it, or a super strong hop profile. This might be a good candidate if you can get your hands on it, or if you're in the Delaware area, guys. So decent. I don't think it's an outstanding version, but it's a tasty rendition of the Belgian style pale ale. So let me take it back and let her have a sip or two or three, and sip on it for a little bit, and come right back, and we'll do the final chug and see where it ends up. All right, guys, I'm back. Been sipping on about 30 minutes now. Very sessionable Belgian pale. Not outstanding as far as I'm concerned, my 2 cents. What I consider these beers, basically I call them lawnmower beers, guys. Something nice, light, crisp, and refreshing that you can come in after working outside or cutting the grass or whatever you're doing out there when it's nice and warm out there, and come in and knock down one or two of these and go back to what you were doing. Something very crisp, not going to be heavy on your stomach, very light mouthfeel, very easy drinking. So this ice cold would be pretty tasty. Like I said, guys, I don't think it's outstanding. I don't think it's to the A category, to be honest with you. I'm gonna give this a rating as soon as I do the final chug. The Belgian yeast, the influence there is right tasty. I like that. Citrusy, lighter fruit notes, apricots, pears. A nice crackery malt to go with that. Not very bitter, kind of on the sweet side. Very drinkable. Definitely above average, but not quite to the A category, like I said. I'm gonna give this a 6, guys. I think it's a B beer. And that's where I'm going to leave it. It doesn't blow my hair back or my socks off or anything. It's very drinkable. Don't get me wrong. It's very drinkable enough. You can get 6 packs of this relatively cheap if you're in the Delaware area. Might be a good one to serve at a party, or when you have friends over or something. Or like I said, if you've been working out in the yard and you want to get something, quench your thirst, drink 1 or 2 of these, and go back to what you were doing. But as far as an outstanding Belgian pale ale, not there, guys. So, over to Beer Advocate, they don't have any scores on this. As a matter of fact, the information, they got the right picture of the can on the front of here, but they got it listed as a 6.4%. It's not that big. So their information is wrong, plus they don't have enough ratings to give it a score, so we're going to push them aside. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer is not that kind. Rate Beer says overall 49 and 55 in the style. If I was putting a rating on this, guys, it wouldn't be that low. I would probably give it an 83 or an 84, somewhere in that area there. So It is tasty though. I enjoyed it. I do appreciate Dane picking it up and sending it to me. I think it's a B beer though, guys. So I'll give it to 6. So if you've had this one from Mispillion River, their Beach Bum Joe, let me know what you think, guys. And come on back tomorrow. Let's see what's in the fridge. See you then.